Some people wake up and go straight to their phones, as if Instagram knows more about their day than God does. Others jump out of bed late, rushing to fix everything except what matters most. And here's a truth that almost no one tells you. How you begin your day determines everything that follows. It's not just about waking up early. It's about who you wake up with. Because if even Jesus didn't start his day without prayer, then who are we to try? Now listen closely. Maybe the reason you're anxious, unfocused, or feeling empty isn't because of what's happening around you, but because your heart forgot to connect with heaven before facing the world. Yes, skipping your morning prayer could be what's sabotaging your day, and you don't even realize it. But don't worry. Today, you'll understand why praying first thing changes everything. It resets your focus, fills your strength, and even changes how you handle challenges. Ready to learn what most people ignore and finally get the results only a few ever experience? Then pay close attention. Not many people truly grasp the power of a morning prayer. Most folks wake up in a rush, checking their notifications before they've even opened both eyes. But Jesus, the Son of God, did it differently. In Mark 1 verse 35, he got up while it was still dark and went out alone to pray. That wasn't just a habit, it was a discipline. He was giving us a model to follow, almost as if saying, if I need this time, you definitely do. Starting your day without prayer is like trying to run a marathon on an empty stomach. You might move, but you won't last. The discipline of morning prayer realigns your thoughts, pulling you out of pressure and into God's presence. And it doesn't need to be fancy. Start small. 5 minutes before leaving bed, whisper, God, this day is yours. Lead me. That's enough to move heaven. Some say, I'll pray later, but later rarely comes. And before they know it, it's been days without a single real moment with God. That's when the noise of the world creeps in, crowding out peace. That's why Colossians 3 verses 1 to 2 says, set your mind on things above. In other words, start your day with heaven in your sight, and watch how your life on earth changes in response. Now, what if this small daily moment with God became your greatest weapon for everything ahead? A morning prayer doesn't have to be long, filled with poetic words or perfect phrases. It just needs to be real. And when it's real, it holds a spiritual weight, the kind that shifts atmospheres and resets your entire day. Asking for grace isn't just beautiful, it's vital. Grace is the blessing you didn't earn but receive anyway because of God's deep love. And nothing beats the power of starting your morning by invoking God's presence over your day. That prayer often hits the things we hide: fear, anxiety, temptation. Some mornings, you wake up already carrying the weight of the world, right? That's exactly when you need God's protection the most. Pray honestly. Say, Lord, I feel weak today, but I know you are strong. Protect me from myself. That's spiritual maturity, and that's where God shows up strong in your weakness. And this prayer, it's not just about you. It's for your loved ones too. Your family, your kids, your circle. Ask God to cover your home, your commute, your job. Remember how he led his people with a pillar of fire in the wilderness. That same God is available today. You can call on that same protection. Imagine leaving your house each morning with the confidence that a divine shield surrounds you. Powerful, isn't it? And what if that confidence was exactly what you needed to overcome the unseen battles waiting for you? Trusting in God's plan is easy to say, but living it, that's another story. Truth is, most of us want control, but those who pray early know the day goes better when God takes the lead. He's the way maker, the God who opens doors where there are none. Life won't always make sense, but morning prayer reminds you, You don't need all the answers, just faith. And that faith changes how you handle the hard parts. Sometimes we chase things we think we need, but they'd only mess us up. That's why a disciplined prayer doesn't just ask for what you want. It asks God to filter what's best. A silent no from heaven can be the greatest form of protection. It keeps you from toxic relationships, bad deals, and choices that would pull you off track. Faith means walking without seeing, knowing that God already built the bridge. At the end of the day, peace is what remains, not the fragile, temporary peace the world offers, but heaven's peace that holds your heart steady. And when that peace fills you, fear fades. The world may be falling apart, but you keep walking strong. Why? Because before you did anything else, you prayed. You remembered who owns your time, who provides for your home, who protects your family. And now, with your heart full of faith, can you imagine living a whole day without carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? Now tell me, if you already know that morning prayer changes everything, why keep starting your day on autopilot? How long will you let the noise of the world drown out God's whisper? Maybe the one thing missing from your life is the very thing you keep putting last: prayer, discipline, and a full surrender to His grace. So what are you waiting for to do it differently tomorrow? Are you going to keep letting your phone be your spiritual alarm clock? Or are you finally ready to let God's presence wake you up for real? Drop a comment below. What's the first thought that hits you when you open your eyes? Let's talk about it. Share your experience. Have you been giving your first moments to God, or leaving Him the leftovers? And if this message spoke to you, if it taught you something that no one's ever explained like this before, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon and share this with someone else who needs to start their mornings with heaven on their side. This journey is just beginning, and so is your transformation.